ballet school when I was 10, and my father didn't really want me to do this because he thought this was an incredibly precarious career, which it is, and short-lived, and neither did any one of my teachers in my school. So they were sort of trying to convince my parents that the idea of me going to ballet school was a really bad thing. So my father had this inspired idea that he'd allow me to audition for ballet school because I wouldn't get in.
That's encouragement.
And then I got into them all. So then he had the problem of like, well, what do I do? So I was a pretty asthmatic child, and so they sort of, my parents said, well, we don't think it'd be good for your health. So the disappointment of not going to ballet school was just monumental. So I think I sulked for about 2 years, at which point my mother saw an advertisement in a local paper for an amateur dramatic society, and she'd been trying to get me into other forms of dance, but everything else just seemed like a letdown after classical. And she said, why don't you do this? And I loved it. I had 3 lines, and I still remember them.
Tell us.
My first line was, I peeled the potatoes, Mummy.
Did you play it like that?
Worse. And the other was, the Russians are coming.
I'd have said that before the potatoes. I'd prioritised.
Yeah, the play started slow. What can we say? I think I was only the second line or something. And then my final line was, it's so sad it's over. And that was not at the end of the play.
I'm sorry, I won't interrupt. What was the play?
Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, right.
And I was one of the very, very little girls.
What play contains those lines?
Yes.
Very good, all right, okay.
And the joke was that I auditioned to play the youngest girl, and of course you had to be 18 to join the company, and I was like 13, so I was lying. I've never stopped lying about my age. So the weird thing was that the girl who played my younger sister, because I got the job of the second youngest sister, was in fact 21. So a 21-year-old playing the youngest, me playing the second youngest, so it was interesting.